Squid Game might have ended, but Netflix didn't end it with the show. They're continuing the Squid Game legacy with the second season of Squid Game. The challenge, the reality competition that imitates the deadly games. But this time with safety measures and an astonishing prize of $4.56 million. So in today's video, we'll analyze and share everything we know about Season 2. Before I start, I want to give a big thank you to Sugi, who helped me analyze all the information regarding the Squid Game Challenge Season 2. It will be released on November 4th and will include 8 games. One big change is that we won't see the iconic red light, green light this time. This might come as a surprise to many of you since it's the most popular game in the series, but I think the reason Netflix decided to skip it is because back in Season 1, they received multiple complaints related to human rights. Articles mentioned that filming lasted around 8 hours, and every time the red light was on, contestants had to stand still for about 20 minutes. Imagine the players who were eliminated after just 2 hours, having to lie on the ground for more than 6 hours until the game finished. With all that in mind, Netflix decided to skip this game and instead start the competition with The Count. Netflix described The Count as a never-before-seen game that will kick off the season and play a monumental role in determining how the rest of the competition unfolds. So, maybe this is where we'll see the voting system being used. I'm really curious to see how they'll implement it, because I doubt it'll be as simple as split the money and go home. Next, we have the six-legged pentathlon, a game we're already familiar with from Season 2 of the original show, but with some major differences. In Squid Game, players were grouped into teams of 5 and had 5 minutes to complete all the minigames. In the reality show, things work a bit differently. Players must first form teams of 10, and from each team, 2 groups of 5 will be created to compete against each other. There's no time limit here. The losing team will be eliminated. This means the game will instantly cut the competition in half, making things much more dramatic and immediately setting the tone for the upcoming challenges. Also, 2 games were changed from the original series. Dokji has been replaced by Ball in a Cup, where players must catch a ball attached to a string inside their cup, and Spinning Top has been replaced by House of Cards, where players must build a balanced structure using 7 cards. The other 3 games remain the same: Flying Stone, Gongi, and Jeggi. The third game of the competition is Catch, and game designer Ben Norman promised a real spectacle for this one, describing it as having quite a lower level psychological element, where you have to consider your options. Series director Dickon Ramsey also praised the game, saying, "You've got the spectacle of all the players being in the same space. You've got the drama of the game playing out in the center of the room. It's a really good example of how we use a game to drive the story, not just for pure spectacle." The fourth game is one of the best from Season 2, the Mingle, but with a twist. You already know the rules from the original show, but according to some reports, this version will feature fake doors and mirrors, which will drastically increase the difficulty of the challenge. Everyone walks in with a plan until they hear their number. After that, it's pure survival mode. We're guaranteed to see some heartbreaking betrayals, and this game will likely become the turning point for many contestants. If the fourth game was the best one from Season 2, the fifth is easily the best game from the entire show. And yes, I'm talking about marbles. What I find most interesting and emotional here is that the participants won't expect to play marbles again. Up until now, they haven't repeated any game from the previous edition, not even the iconic first one. So they'll probably assume this challenge will be something completely new. Just imagine the shock when they hear the announcement and realize they're about to play marbles once more. Yemo says the game maintains the same rules it had in Season 1, adding, "It allows us as viewers to really get to know the players because they have an intimate moment with someone who's usually quite close to them. They decide the game. It's their own agency. That makes it really exciting to watch." Next up, we have a brand new original game created by Netflix, Slides and Ladders. The classic board game has come to life. And honestly, it looks a little terrifying, especially for anyone afraid of heights. Just imagine rolling down a tube that leads straight into what feels like nothingness. The biggest factor that makes this game entertaining is the element of uncertainty. The fact that you can be eliminated in the very last second makes it incredibly tense. The game's creator revealed that it has quite high stakes. It adds to the fear factor of what Glassbridge did, that sense of unknown choices that can send you straight out of the game when you least expect it. So I'm sure we'll see some wild twists here. One of the biggest hits from the last edition of the challenge was the Circle of Trust, which is returning for another season. Players sit blindfolded at desks arranged in a circle with a podium and a gift box in the center. When tapped on the shoulder, a player removes their blindfold, takes the gift box, and places it on the desk of someone they wish to eliminate. Then they return to their seat and put the blindfold back on. Once everyone removes their blindfolds, the player who received the gift box must guess who placed it there. If they guess correctly, the giver is eliminated. If they guess wrong, they're the one eliminated. Friendships turn into rivalries, and enemies form unexpected alliances. This game captures the true essence of Squid Game. Executive producer Nick Walker calls the Circle of Trust one of his favorite games from Season 1, saying, "It has all the markings of a Squid Game. Players can lie, deceive, and bluff. It's when the game really shifts from being about alliances to focusing on the individual. It plays into those layers of double and triple bluffs. You start thinking, if I put the gift box on the most obvious person, everyone will know it's me. But if everyone thinks that, maybe I should put it there because no one will suspect me." It's fascinating. As for the final game, it's still a mystery. One thing's for sure, it won't be rock, paper, scissors again. However, Netflix did tease that Young Hee could make a return for this final challenge. And with this, we've finished the game descriptions. Unfortunately, unlike scripted shows, where outcomes are predetermined and characters are crafted to represent certain archetypes or deliver a message, a reality show doesn't have those kinds of elements, which makes it much harder to speculate what will happen or who the finalists might be this season. Still, based on all the research I've done on this topic, I can share some insights that might be true or not. So if you don't want any potential spoilers, this is your cue to stop watching. The most important thing, of course, is the finalists. Based on the final dinner table scene, it seems we'll have 5 finalists this season. Remember that scene from Season 1 with Han Min-yu right before the marble game, where we thought she'd be eliminated because she didn't have a partner? Well, something similar might happen here. A photo from Episode 6 shows a player who appears to be the only one not assigned to a team, meaning it's possible they could be eliminated without even playing. According to reports, a major scandal occurred during the Mingle game, sparking outrage among participants, similar to how Gi-hoon rebelled in the original series. Apparently, players refused to continue with the game. I think this might be the sequence where everyone is seen holding hands. I'm really curious to find out what exactly happened and what triggered the rebellion. So far, that's all the information I've been able to find. I honestly can't wait for Season 2. I'm excited to see how the players tackle each challenge and what new dynamics unfold. And here's a little ironic joke for those of you who stayed until the end. Squid Game ended with Gi-hoon declaring that people are not horses. Well, it seems Netflix just proved him wrong.